Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZLN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers and Media Day and just the breakdown of what we witnessed from interviews and just some key points that were a bit of a trend to all Lakers players that were raving about the Lakers and their expectations going into this upcoming season and just all across the board. I mean, some players that I personally felt so hype of their responses and their excitement for the Lakers' upcoming season and the expectations. So I want to give you all my thoughts and my opinions about the Lakers and their expectations and just this season in general, this roster and the top players that really spoke to me in this media day press conferences. And I want to give you guys my thoughts about it. But before anything, like always, please be sure to like this video or this live stream and subscribe to the channel. Share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff, or X is the word now, not Twitter. But I'll leave all the links to those in the description. But if you haven't yet, please follow me all across social media: Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, all of those great podcasts or the social media sites. And I also have a podcast as well. I have a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, ZSPN. So if you guys want to go check it out, it's basically the same content that I give on YouTube. Only you can listen to me on the go or when you're working out, when you're just doing your thing. If you want to listen to Lakers talk, this is the channel or podcast for you. So I really appreciate all of you guys for joining me on this live stream. And, without further ado, let's talk about the Lakers and Media Day and just a breakdown of, what they talked about and, what was the big headline of their, responses in this Media Day that would really stood out to me when it came to their responses and their excitement. Now, overall, really, it was just an exciting day. From across the board, everyone was all smiles and happy to be on Media Day, talking to the reporters and, talking to fans as well that were out there. And when it comes down to it, I mean, it was just an exciting day for Media Day. And we can honestly say it is official. I mean, we are now in the NBA season, and the expectations now is training camp, who will come out on top when it comes to starting lineups, certain rotations, and when it comes down to it, this Lakers team has everything when it comes to expectations. I mean, when you look at the responses from all the players, all of them said is winning. They want to win. Winning mentality is heading into this upcoming season for this Lakers team. And, when it comes down to it, I mean, there's just a lot of motivation for them to do good going into this upcoming season and winning games and just having that winning mentality that they had during the playoffs, where the expectations was the Lakers were going to make the playoffs and get eliminated. The Lakers did more than that, not only reached the playoffs, but they went close to the Western Conference Finals. But unfortunately, they got eliminated by the champs in the Denver Nuggets. But, when it comes down to it now, with the off season that the Lakers had with Rob Pelinka bringing in great talent across the board when it comes to certain players that were basic needs that the Lakers were looking for. And some of the players in Media Day spoke a lot when it comes to what their expectations are and, some of their abilities, what they can bring to the table for the Lakers going to this upcoming season. First of all, the guy who really stood out to me when it comes to their responses and mainly was the headlines for the Lakers and their expectations going to this upcoming season was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, for me, said all the right things when it comes to his responses and the question that were just coming at him. And, he said all the right things, especially when he was speaking with Spectrum LA, with James Worthy and the rest of the crew there. He said some great responses when it comes to the Lakers' expectations going to this upcoming season. One in particular really stood out to me, and I also posted it on YouTube. So if you guys want to go check it out, it's a YouTube Shorts. But if you guys are live with me right now, I can share it for you all so you can see what I'm talking about. And here we go. And once again, thank you all for joining me on this live stream, post media day for the Lakers. And yeah, let me just show you guys what was Anthony Davis' response that really hyped me up for this upcoming season. So here we go.
KCP's my guy, so you kind of congratulate him like you got this one. But it was just a lot of like the talking and all the Lakers. It was just so much of that going on. Like, all right, we get it, y'all won. But I think me and Brian had some conversations like we can't wait. Like.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I heard that response from Anthony Davis and his, type of motivation heading into this upcoming season to face the Denver Nuggets on game opening night, I mean, surprisingly, it kind of tells you that he has a revenge type of scenario or type of motivation scenario when it comes to facing the Denver Nuggets again. And, the expectation is that, not just LeBron, not just him. LeBron is bringing a lot of aggression when it comes to facing the reigning champs once again, and it just comes down to the ability and the expectations and the mentality of going. I believe it is in LA or is in Denver, but facing the reigning champs again after being swept by them in the Western Conference, it just shows you that Anthony Davis and the rest of the crew, they have a lot of expectations now. They want to win. They want to dominate the Western Conference, and the type of abilities that they have, especially this depth. I mean, most of the talks that we heard from our Lakers players, especially our new ones, was that this depth that the Lakers bring to the table heading into this upcoming season. I mean, I am really impressed. I mean, if Rob Pelinka doesn't get the executive of the year, I mean, I don't know what type of system that the NBA or the voting system works in the NBA, but he really deserves it. I mean, you went after key players that can shoot, that can defend, and then at the last moment when you're needing a certain position at the center position, bigs specifically, you went after a guy who was well known throughout the rumor mill of the Lakers' interest for quite some time, getting Christian Wood, who, in this media day was raving the Lakers management and the players, especially Anthony Davis, who surprisingly recruited him to join the Los Angeles Lakers. And, along with Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka, leading the way as well. So, the expectations for this roster and what they're able to bring to the table for the Lakers and, going to this upcoming season and being a big threat, not just in the NBA, but in the Western Conference. We saw some trades recently when it came to certain players going to certain places. Obviously, we saw Dame, even though he's going to the Eastern Conference, they're still a threat. If the Lakers do beat all expectations, going all the way to the NBA Finals, and what Austin Reeves says, he said that this team is a championship team. And that also brings a lot of smiles to all Laker fans when it comes to his response there during his press interview. And, that's the expectation is, and it's for them to win. And, if they keep on winning, why not, mention that we could, win a championship, this upcoming season. But, the Lakers have some roads ahead of them, when it comes to certain expectations and, uh, their goals in mind of, making that happen. But, the Lakers have to first, face off certain matchups like the Suns, who are loaded with offensive talent, even though they have diminished on the defensive side of the ball. They still a threat regardless when it comes to offense. Um, and then there is the LA Clippers. I mean, they'll scrub their own, but it sort of remains to be seen how well they will be in this upcoming season due to injuries that have been occurring for many, many years when it comes to Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. There's other teams in mind that I can't really think of on the top of my head, but when it comes down to it, I mean, there is a lot of expectations for the Lakers, and just that alone, what Anthony Davis brought to the table for his responses and just him basically headlining media day for the Lakers. I mean, it kind of tells you that this guy has a lot of motivation and a lot of expectations for him to just go all the way. And he even mentioned that this is a long shot. I mean, this is just media day and everyone's hyping certain reporters and certain fans who are watching. But, Anthony Davis, he said that he will play up to 82 games. Now, that's a long shot. I mean, when it comes to his history, I mean, he is injured prone. I mean, there's no other way of denying that. I mean, he is injured prone. I mean, the guy can only average, when it comes to game time, around like 50 at most, 40 at most. Past couple of years, he only played for like 30 games last season, I believe. Last time I checked, like 36, around 40. But, according to the rules, if somehow Anthony Davis wants to win an MVP award or Defensive Player of the Year, there's a possibility that he could potentially somehow, live up to at least playing like 70 games at most. 82 is a bit of a stretch, but I love the fact that he is, showing that he wants to be available as much as he can to play with his teammates. So that is just a good sign there of great chemistry that's around this Lakers team as well. And, when you think about what Darvin Ham had to say when it comes to his press interview, is that, as I said, chemistry and, just being, toe to toe and just having the same communications from all of the players, including the coaches, is a really good sign that this team is going to be something special going to this upcoming season. So I have to say this is just such a, great time to be a Laker and just witnessing the type of responses. Now, things may change, I mean, we can all have certain opinions now, but things may change going into this upcoming season and training camp and just certain positions from certain players if they do live up to their roles and can play their role on the team. If somehow they can win games here and there and just be consistent compared to the beginning of last season before the Lakers made those trades at the trade deadline that really turned their season around for the better. But, it's just good that, even Anthony Davis, I mean, mentioned that the fact that some of the guys that, that Rob Pelinka brought back and, certain players that obviously fit with this Lakers team right away tells you that the Lakers are going to be ready to go when it comes to, what type of team this team can be when it comes to their communications and relationship that they're building with each other. So, regardless of that, I mean, I have to say, I mean, a lot of expectations, a lot of vibes, a lot of smiles all around when it comes to this Lakers team and just expectations. I know I've been saying expectations like I don't know how many times. I know maybe some of you may be counting, but regardless of how many times I say it, that's the main headline, really. Expectations. I mean, the Lakers, go into this training camp with expectations. Can they fit? Can they vibe? Can they, go every single night with a certain lineup, and can they mesh well with certain opponents, with certain matchups? Relationship and expectations is very important to have on a team as well. So, uh, it's just really great to see that type of connection and type of relationship that this team is building when it comes to um, their type of vibes of what they're bringing when it comes to their relationships. So, with that being said, guys, I mean, continue on to what I'm saying. Let me go back to my YouTube channel and hear the responses of what Anthony Davis said. I mean, it's basically what all of them were saying in the on media day, and just basically the same idea. What we obviously before media day and what all the players were talking about is the same what we've been talking about when it comes to what we're seeing and what this team is constructed and how well they will fit with one another when it comes to certain lineups in play that Rob Pelinka puts together. So here's a quick uh, clip on my YouTube Shorts. If guys, you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate if you do so. It's really much appreciated. But let's go to this video right here of what
every night,
Anthony Davis said.
going to every game is going to be a battle, and I think we're prepared for it. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do, but I like our chances against anybody. We have depth, we have speed, we have shooting, we have ball handling, we have playmaking. We have it all. Now we're just trying to get on the floor and start making it work.
So Anthony Davis knows, this team knows that this roster has great depth, and they have the abilities to bring a lot to the table when it comes to their shooting, when it comes to their defense, and them just commanding the ball and just being having good rotations as well. I mean, most of the players that we signed are good rotational players, from Prince, and then you have Gabe Vincent. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, even Cam Reddish is in the conversation when it comes to his ability of also contributing to the Lakers rotation as well. And once training camp, I believe it starts tomorrow. I believe, I might be mistaken. I mean, it's real close. I mean, because preseason is just 5 days away, or maybe 4 days away. So we can see a lot of good combinations, certain players battling out for certain roles on the team. We already have a much better idea now, from a couple of days ago with Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham, basically putting out there of who is going to be starting for the Lakers. Obviously, LeBron and Anthony Davis are starting. D'Angelo Russell is obviously starting. That's a big news there when it comes to what Coach Darvin Ham had to say when it comes to the point guard position, who will be filling that. And it's rightfully so. I mean, D'Angelo Russell in the regular season really helps out the Lakers in a big way when it comes to what he brought to the table for the Lakers after the trade deadline. When it comes down to his ability to shoot, and guy who can average around 17 to 20 points a game. And, for him to give you around like 36, 37% from the three, it kind of tells you that regular season D'Angelo Russell can help. But when it comes to playoff time, if, he changes his skill sets, or maybe somehow, works out to the ability, and they bring, or maybe somehow build a lot of experience, from the playoffs, and obviously maybe improves his game over the summer, and somehow wants to prove everyone wrong, and somehow plays in the playoffs. But if he doesn't live up to that, we have Gabe Vincent, who is been well known and been there's a lot of like analysts puts out there that when it comes to playoff time, playoff Vincent is something that you should have on the team, and that's what uh, you know our idea is when it comes to the Lakers and the playoff starting lineup with Gabe Vincent starting at the point guard position. But so far I'm liking what Darvin Ham is announced when it comes to the lineup. Obviously, D'Angelo Russell at the point guard position starting for the Lakers in the regular season. Uh, Austin Reeves, it was a no brainer. I mean, he's the only shooting guard that is obviously lived up to the expectations from last season, and even after the All Star break, where he had some really good, great performances, breakout type of season for himself. And I think this in his third year with the Lakers, is especially from his performance in the FIBA World Cup, kind of tells you that the guy was practicing. He obviously gained a lot of experience playing with other players and, being coached by, Steve Kerr. Maybe he took some ideas there from his, coaching and somehow will bring it to the Lakers. But so far, what we saw from him from the FIFA and even now kind of tells you that he may have another breakout season for himself. So really can't wait to see what Austin Reeves brings to the table, especially for a guy who's going to be starting for the Lakers. And really can't wait what he will bring to the table for the Lakers as well. Obviously, LeBron James isn't a no-brainer. I mean, he's going to be starting for the Lakers, especially. It may go down to maybe him playing more power forward or maybe small forward, but I have him inserted into the small forward position going into this upcoming season. But when you look at what we've been hearing from certain rumors, reports out there, there's still a decision needed to be made when it comes to finding another front court player that could, somehow be the starter heading into this upcoming season. It is between Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt at this moment. Christian Wood, even in his, media day, conferences, he said he has no problem if he's starting, if he's coming off the bench. He wants to be the guy that, obviously contributes in a big way for this Lakers team. And, he even mentioned that Darvin Ham said that he's going to have a bigger role on this team. So he could be the sixth man coming off the bench or, seventh, but somehow has the ability to really contribute in a big way for this Lakers team. And, it's rightfully so because, he obviously built a lot of credibility of what he obviously has in his arsenal when it comes to what he can bring to the table, for the Lakers when it comes to shooting for a guy who is a big guy who can obviously shoot, a guy who can give you around 16 to 18 points a game. Tells you that this guy is an offensive machine. So that obviously brings a lot to the table there when it comes to a guy coming off the bench. But as it stands now, sort of remains to be seen who will be starting along with Anthony Davis and LeBron. But personally, it's going to be Rui Hachimura, and just seeing him in the media day press conference, this guy, he's big. I mean, he really was working out with Coach Phil Handy, and getting a lot of wisdom from him. And just a side note, I mean, Phil Handy, he knows how to work out players. I mean, the guy can really coach his, and somehow bring a lot to the table when it comes to his, coaching abilities. And he's going to be a head coach someday. Most players are bringing a lot of appreciation for Phil Handy, especially Rui Hachimura, when it comes to his relationship and what he brings and what he has with Phil Handy. So, and for a guy who's been working his, in this off season with Phil Handy and getting big, and even also getting slim as well. I mean, there's some couple of photos that I saw of him that he obviously slimmed a bit, but at the same time is built a lot of muscle on him. When it comes to the ability of playing multiple positions for the Los Angeles Lakers. So, for Rui Hachimura, for me, I think he's the front runner for getting either the small forward position or the power forward position. And when it comes down to it, it's his. It's deserving for him. It's deserving for Rui Hachimura to be in that conversation for the Los Angeles Lakers to have that type of status of him potentially starting for the Los Angeles Lakers. So, Rui Hachimura is on my list. I think he is potentially going to play the power forward position, but knowing and what I'm hearing from certain reports is that LeBron wants to play power forward for some reason, but maybe Anthony Davis wants to play power forward. I mean, I don't know. It's been a lot of mix up, but I think we will have a much better idea once training camp is over who will be starting. And that's obviously well known, but Darvin Ham will make that announcement, and I will be posting it all across social media once that happens. But having said all that, I think when it comes down to it, Rui Hachimura deserves to be in the starting lineup because the expectations of what he brings to the table for the Lakers, and plus what he did in the playoffs. He was also talking about that being the highlight of his career, being the number 2 seed in the Memphis Grizzlies, and just him showing up there in the first round, leading the way in the first round for the Lakers is just very promising and very exciting that he is, bringing that same energy in this upcoming season. So really can't wait. Really can't wait to see what what's his name, Rui Hachimura brings to the Lakers this upcoming season. And then Anthony Davis, he is healthy, ready to go, and all of this team. I mean, there was even a post from the Athletic was that this team is all healthy now, and not a lot of players got surgery or suffered any injuries in the off season. So all the players, as stands now, they are healthy, ready to go heading into this training camp. So hopefully they can keep it that way heading into the upcoming season. So, but Anthony Davis is healthy, ready to go. And for his expectations, when it comes to what he's been saying in this on media day and what he is showing when it comes to his expectations, is that, he wants to somehow try to play 82 games. And I think I don't want to say that, he has to play 82 games, but, according to the rules, he can't just rest if he feels like it. So I think that's a good rule that was implemented from the NBA. But, when it comes down to it, I mean, he just has to stay healthy and remain healthy. That's the only thing that I can say when it comes to what Anthony Davis can do when it comes to his, ability to just try to stay healthy and, try his best to stay on the floor as much as he can. And, when it comes down to it, I mean, he said that, he wants to be available as much as he can for his teammates. And that's just good vibes there when it comes to a guy that wants to, show his support for his team. And that's just good to hear from Anthony Davis. Overall, really, when you look at, the Lakers, depth, it is strong. It is, very exciting to see that this team finally has depth, finally has shooters, finally have defensive type players that can do it all. So, obviously Gabe Vincent, he's going to be the backup for D'Angelo Russell. And then Max Christie. Max Christie is the guy that I'm really looking forward to when it comes to his development and what he has been doing this offseason. And, there's a lot of great praises when it comes to, what Rob Pelinka had to say about Max Christie and, obviously the rest of the Lakers squad. Um, and for him to be elevated to a better role now compared to last season tells you that they have full confidence in this guy when it comes to his ability, what he can bring to the table this upcoming season as the backup role for Austin Reeves at the shooting guard position. So this is just good news here for Max Christie when it comes to the confidence that we have in him, and really looking forward to what he brings to the table. For the small forward, it's going to be Jared Vanderbilt, or maybe he'll play more. Potentially, um, he could play more power forward when it comes down to it, but it's kind of like a mix with Christian Wood and him playing at the power forward position. It sort of remains to be seen who played the small forward backup role. Just looking at the list here, it could go with Prince potentially getting that role on the team. But, sort of remains to be seen about that. But, his role will obviously be a lot of help for this Lakers team at the small forward position, potentially either backing LeBron or Rui Hachimura, sort of remains to be seen there. Then you have Christian Wood, obviously going to be backing up either Anthony Davis or, Rui Hachimura at the power forward or center position. But like I said, he's going to have a bigger role on this team. So it could be a whole different scenario when it comes to him potentially either, teaming or having a certain lineup with him pairing up with Anthony Davis. It could be another way around with Rui Hachimura potentially being those type of front court type of rotational. But it all has to do with Darvin Ham making those type of decisions with certain matchups that comes their way. So, with that being said, I mean, I have to really say that depth in general is really working to the Lakers' favor when it comes to the backup roles. Um, that continues on with Jackson Hayes, who will be potentially being part of the rotation when it comes to the center position. Could play power forward at times, but sort of remains to be seen. I mean, the guy is like, what is he, 6'10", 6'9"? So he's going to bring a lot to the table, and his athleticism and his energy will bring a lot to the table for the Lakers when it comes to a guy coming off the bench for Anthony Davis when he's resting, or Rui Hachimura when he's resting, or could be another way around with Christian Wood as well. So, Jackson Hayes, I think, is going to have, a bigger role when it comes to rotations for the Lakers. And we've been hearing a lot of praises for him when it comes to, Rob Pelinka and what he thinks of him, and even Darvin Ham as well. So I won't be surprised, though, if somehow he has a bigger role on the team that most of us don't really expect him to. So it's going to be very interesting to watch how training camp will go and what Darvin Ham will announce when it comes to what type of lineups, what type of rotation will look like when it comes to the Lakers facing certain matchups, going to this upcoming season. Then, you have Cam Reddish. Mainly he's going to play, for some reason, he plays multiple positions. He can play shooting guard. He can play small forward, not so much power forward. So we could see him play those two positions. But he could, he's more, I don't want to say he's more on the 11th spot or maybe the 12th spot in the rotation. But, with certain matchups, with certain players, if he wows Darvin Ham in training camp, maybe he will get a bigger role on the team. Maybe he will replace, Prince potentially in the backup roles, and maybe he'll be inserted there. But the reason of his signing was that the Lakers want to see if he is with the Lakers. Maybe he'll live up to his draft um, lottery and, just wows the NBA and somehow live up to expectations. So, when it comes down to that, you know, Cam Reddish is the guy that I'm really looking forward to when it comes to his ability, what he brings to the table. I think I mentioned Jared Vanderbilt, but let me just talk about him for a bit. When it comes down to him, his ability to really contribute to the team is going to be huge for the Lakers. I mean, similar situation of what Christian Wood is. He's going to have a bigger role on the team as well in the backup roles and potentially pairing up with players like Anthony Davis more than somehow Jackson Hayes more. So he's gonna be like the seventh spot out of the rotation, not the sixth because I think it's going to go to Christian Wood. But for him, he's going to have a bigger role on the team as well, especially his defensive side, which obviously is going to be a big help for the Lakers when it comes down to that. So really can't wait to see what Jared Vanderbilt, especially now with him also similar situation what Rui Hachimura is dealing with when it comes down to his role on the team. He was working out this offseason along with Rui Hachimura being coached by Phil Handy. We saw a couple of photos of him and Rui Hachimura training with uh, Phil Handy. So that's obviously some good vibes and good positive when it comes down to those two guys and what they can obviously bring to the table for the Lakers this upcoming season in the backup roles. And also, I think, I'm not sure if this is true, but Jared Vanderbilt also grew a couple of inches. So the ability of him playing more power forward, maybe somehow center, is a possibility as well. But, it sort of remains to be seen and what type of matchups that will be in play for him to play at the center position. But that's just me. I just think that if he grew a couple of inches, like if he's now, what is he, 6'10 now, then that just amazes me. But, regardless, I think, Jared Vanderbilt is going to have a bigger role on the team. And then, obviously our rookies, I don't think their role on the team is going to be that huge. But, if injuries do occur, when it comes to like the point guard position and also the forward position, um, we could see them potentially being part of the rotation, like Jalen Hood Shafino, at the point guard position, and Maxwell Lewis is a potential as well. So for them to get roles on the team, but I think they're just starting off. I think they're going to play more with the South Bay Lakers, but they are on the roster. So I don't see the Lakers assigning them to the South Bay Lakers, but if they are needed, they will contact them for sure. So um, so they're there. So, but overall, guys, I mean, this team, this depth has a lot of expectations, a lot of promise. And, just hearing from all the players on Media Day, giving a lot of good vibes and excitement for Laker fans brings a lot of motivation for us to really root for them more than ever when it comes to their expectations and their goals heading to this upcoming season to be a threat in the Western Conference. I mean, because when you guys really think about it, I don't really see, the Lakers, taking a back seat to any other team in the Western Conference. I mean, like I mentioned with the Phoenix Suns, sure, they have star power, especially offensively, but defensively, that's where things may not go according to plan when it comes down to that particular team. I'm trying to think of some other. I mean, obviously the Denver Nuggets. I mean, they are already the favorites. In this for this upcoming season to win another championship. I mean, it's early because they're the reigning champs, so that's obviously why they have that type of title. But they're also a threat as well. But the Lakers, they're no scrubs. I mean, with the depth that they have and the abilities to, when it comes down to their skill set, what they bring to the table, I think the Lakers have the capabilities of just being very competitive for this upcoming season. I really can't wait to see what they can bring to the table for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm just seeing on my phone just the list of the players that we have and their skill sets and what they can bring to the table tells you that this team has a lot of promise. And I really can't wait for what training camp will behold for us. And like I mentioned, 4 days. We're now 4 days remaining when it comes to preseason to start. So expect maybe me going live when it comes to certain preseason games that will obviously give us a much better idea of how the players will be playing when it comes to the new guys and just some of the guys that are coming back. Obviously, if somehow LeBron plays preseason, I mean, we have to see that as well. If somehow things gel when it comes to the rest of the new Lakers and the ones that are coming back as well. So, regardless, I mean, I really am looking forward to what this Lakers team is going to be all about. And there's just a lot of expectations, guys. And, for them to not just be competitive in the Western Conference, but, there is a goal and, they want to win a championship this year. When you reach the Western Conference, the next step is that we go further than the Western Conference Finals. So that's the goal in mind, and hopefully the Lakers will live up to that. But we just have to wait and see about that. So thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. Once again, thank you all so much for the love, support that you guys have shown me all across social media. I mean, it's just really appreciative. I'm appreciative to every single one of you. If you haven't yet, please follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSBN or ZLN, excuse me. And if you haven't yet, just follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. I know I said Twitter. It's going to take me a while to say X because Twitter has been around for a very long time, but now with the name change, it's gonna get hard for me to get used to saying X. But I'll try my best to do so. But yeah, just follow me all across social media. Also subscribe to my podcast as well. If you guys are listening to this, thank you for listening to this podcast of my live stream. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, ZSBN, on YouTube, and follow me all across social media. And I really appreciate all of you for joining me. And once again, just follow me all across social media, show me the love and support, and I'll give out more content for you when it comes to Lakers news, updates, rumors, speculations, game analysis. That's coming very soon once the NBA season is officially back, which obviously it is after media day, with training camp is tomorrow. So with that being said, I mean, we can honestly say that the NBA season is back. And, with only 4 days remaining of the preseason, it's technically back. So, but, obviously they don't count for the regular season, but, it's just a practice run, obviously. But yeah, really can't wait. Really can't wait for this season to finally start, see Lakers basketball again, and just hearing all of your guys' love and support and your appreciation and love for the Los Angeles Lakers. Once the game analysis post-game show returns, I'll be going live every single Lakers post-game shows to give you guys the news, updates, speculations of the Lakers, and the rundowns of the games from certain matchups that will be in the regular season. So really looking forward to make those videos for all of you. And, once again, guys, thank you all so much for your love, support. And I know none of you guys showed up in this in the comment section, but it's all cool. I mean, we all, I appreciate the talk that I had to say when it comes to media day, but it's all good here. It's all good here. So maybe next time we will have a much better, stronger audience, but it's all good. It's all good that I have to say. The more, if I have 2 or 1 viewer, it's all good to me because you guys are showing the appreciation of what I had to say. And I really appreciate it. So thank you all so much for watching, and like, subscribe, and follow me all across social media, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.